Alright, I'm back again with another collection update. Another month, another stack of games and movies to go through. Starting off again, as usual, with the PS5 and then going back in time and then finishing with some Blu ray. This time, some really high quality stuff. It's all across the board, really. Starting off with the PS5, I bought a bunch of JRPGs, starting with Star Ocean, the second story R. As you can see, this is not sealed. Is there something here? It's some registration card for some Square Enix membership club or whatever. Don't care about that. But yeah, I'm currently playing this. I'm like maybe 10 hours into the game. It's not a long one. It should be around 20 to 30 hours. But yeah, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I got this from a sale for less than 20 euros, I think. So I just pulled the trigger and I wanted to play this immediately. So I started going through it. It's pretty good. Has a nice art style with these sort of pixel graphics sprites that have this fake 3D effect in the game. And then all of the environments are in full 3D. It looks pretty cool. Gameplay is all right. So there you go. That's Star Ocean. Let's put it, I guess, here. Maybe that's fine. Star Ocean. Then I also got a couple of Ys games. Got Ys 9 Nordics, the deluxe edition from NIS that comes with a art book. The Ys series, as those who have watched my previous videos, is something that I'm quite fond of. I don't think the last one, what was that, Ys 9 Monster Nox, I don't think that was anything special, but it was alright. So I'm expecting this one to be just, again, another solid entry into the series. Looks pretty good. Also comes with a digital download code for a soundtrack. And it also has this art on the other side of the cover. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, I always liked the gameplay in Ys. Like that's the reason why I play these games. The characters and the storylines are whatever, like your typical JRPG stuff. Nothing too special, in my opinion. But the gameplay is so fun. This really fast-paced action RPG style that they do. I don't think I've ever had more fun grinding in a video game than I do always in an Ys game. So I appreciate the gameplay in this series. Then I also got the new version of The Oath in Felghana, Ys Memoir, The Oath in Felghana. This is an older game, I think a PSP title. And the art style is pretty cool. Is there something extra here? No. The art style looks very similar to Memories of Celceta and Ys Origin, so it has this very different style from the other, newer Ys games that are fully 3D, just action RPGs. These are more like pixel graphics from an isometric viewpoint. And I really appreciate that style. I think Ys Origin is an exceptional game. Memories of Celceta is pretty good as well, so that one should be a good one as well. And then I got some new games. As you've probably noticed if you watched my collection updates before and have been following this stuff for longer, I don't usually buy that many new games, like brand new games. Every once in a while I will, especially if it's a smaller indie game that releases at 20 to 30 euros. I'll probably support that. And sometimes I get some brand new horror games, and it depends on the genre and the game specifically, but very rarely do I buy brand new games. But this time I got two here. So this is exactly the type of stuff that I want to support. I got the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Technically, these aren't brand new anymore because of when this video comes out, but I bought these brand new when they first came out, pretty much at launch. So, Suikoden 1 and 2, expensive PS1 games. Star Ocean Second Story are, by the way, also a really expensive PS1 game. So, I appreciate getting affordable releases physically for these older games. I've never played a Suikoden game, but I do own a couple. I do have, I think, Suikoden 5 and Tactics as well for the PS2. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into these games at some point. Even though I know that it will probably take some time for me to get to play them, I still want to support them and support these types of games getting released. I also got a physical copy of Lunar Remastered Collection. This was only released for the PS4, I think. And as far as I know, the American physical copies, did they sell out? There was some problem with distribution, at least, for Lunar Remastered Collection. In Europe, you can get these quite easily. This is a German copy, I think, which does have a German back cover. That annoys me a little bit. I can't lie. It does annoy me a little bit to have this German back cover, especially when there was no mention of it on the website where I bought this from. It's just a local game store. No mention that it was a German copy, so fuck them for that. But I guess it's fine. Maybe that's a bit too aggressive, but yeah, still. You should mention that type of stuff when you're selling basically collector's items online. But yeah, I have fond memories of playing Lunar, the original one, on the PS1 when I was a kid. Probably in the late 90s, early 2000s. I can't remember the exact years, but probably around 2000, 2001. I remember playing the first game. I never finished it, so this time I will go through the whole game. And when is this time? Probably in a year or two. No, I'll get to it sooner than that. It's too important to put into the backlog for too long. Right. Then I got some bargain bin PS2 games. Exciting, I know. I have 6 here. First off, a game that I have to replace the case for, but that's fine. Panzer Elite Action Fields of Glory, which is kind of a budget title, this sort of tank combat game. And now you're wondering, what is wrong with the case? Well, someone has put it in the sun, or I don't know how you get this damage to it, but it's gray. I don't know why, but part of it, I guess it has been in the sun like this. But yeah, complete in box. Disc is in good condition. I just have to change the cover. Or the case. It's no big deal. Then I got a copy of a very exciting tennis game, Center Court Hard Hitter. Why did I buy this? Well, I got it for €1, and it has a ridiculous soundtrack. So there's two reasons. I haven't played this, but I'm assuming that it's not topspin quality. But yeah, the soundtrack, I've listened to the soundtrack before, and the soundtrack is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is a budget tennis title, and it has a soundtrack that has just this bizarre collection of JRPG style, like boss fight music, and just it doesn't make any sense, the soundtrack. It is all over the place. There's like 20 tracks in the soundtrack. They all sound completely different from one another. There's no cohesion or like a consistent style to the soundtrack, and it's odd. It's really odd. Some of the tracks are bangers. There's some insane like jungle drum and bass there, and you've got like I said, JRPG boss fight style music, and you have some music that sounds like it's from Ridge Racer, but of course the quality isn't there really. So it's like this B tier collection of weird songs, and then this tennis game. I don't know. It's a Japanese game as well, so it has a lot going for it, and at the same time, not that much going for it. So yeah, there we go. I also got another tennis game. This is Everybody's Tennis. Should be a better game. It's a Sony published title. The case does have a little bit of damage to it, but it's all in the plastic. The cover art is intact, so maybe I'll flip the cover. I'll change the case at some point. I meant to say, yeah. Also a Nordic back cover, which makes it a little bit more collectible, I guess. It's a really cheap bargain bin game still, but yeah. And then I got, well, these three are, oh, those are also completely boxed. I always forget to show the insides. The manuals are nothing. Oh, this is a full color manual. Let's take a look at the Hardcourt Tennis full color manual. Interesting. Like, this is a really cheap budget title, but it has a full color manual. What? So here's the roster. We've got Brian Jones, Jean Laval, or Jan Laval, probably. It's French, so it's Jean Laval, right? Benny Buckley. We got Akira Kitano, Zerze Bulgakov, Diego Berizzo, Johannes Schumann, and Tina Arget. So a diverse cast of characters. What about Everybody's Tennis? This probably has actually a really nice looking manual. Yeah, I always forget to show these manuals because I cover like PS5 and PS4 games first, and there's nothing to show when it comes to those. Oh, Everybody's Tennis doesn't have a full color manual. Sony are saving some money here. So that's 15-0 for center court hard hitter in tennis terms. Right, so I got 3 games here that I'm quite excited about, actually. So bargain bin PS2 games, but I'm still excited about them. We got 187 Ride or Die, which is a quintessential, like, mid-2000s, when was this released? 2005. Like, this is the quintessential 2005 PS2 video game. You have, like, ridiculous, like, gangster vehicle combat racing games. This reminds me of Def Jam and, like, GTA San Andreas, 25 to Life. That just this is the era of gangster rap in the early 2000s, and you had these ridiculous games. So 187 Ride or Die vehicle combat racing game with some gangster rap blaring in the background should be insane. Yeah. I remember hearing about this game all the time back in the day, but I never got a copy for myself, so now I do have one. That's great. Then I got another fishing game. So a couple of videos ago, I had Action Bass for the PS1. Now I got Rapala Pro Fishing for the PS2. Released by Activision. This is considered by many as one of the greatest fishing games ever made. So, yeah. Fishing games I have a soft spot for. They are just chill and fun. There's also a bunch of places you can go to. We can go to Alaska, Texas, Half Moon Lake in Alaska, Arkansas, the Amazon, exotic, Danube Delta. It's a bunch of fish. This is again a manual I wish had full color because it would look really nice. Oh, there's more locations. There's Minnesota even, Florida, of course. Yeah, Rapala Pro Fishing, got this for a couple of euros. Of course I had to get it. In really nice condition as well, really clean used copy. I always appreciate it when a used PS2 game is really clean. Like you can see the shine on the cover. That's nice. And it doesn't feel disgusting when you touch it. Like that, I appreciate that in a PS2 game. If I pick up a PS2 game in a used game store and it feels disgusting, I probably won't buy it. Just the hand feel is important here. Right. And this is probably the best of these games that I've picked up. This is Sledge Storm by EA Sports Big when they were doing these sort of extreme sports titles. So this is a downhill racing game with snowmobiles. I think I remember playing this at a friend's place at some point. The manual is nothing interesting. Great discard. Yeah, I remember playing this, and it's a ridiculous racing game. So, Sled Storm. This is back when EA Sports was doing some interesting games, just all kinds of weird stuff. Like they had the roller skating like games, sort of in a Tony Hawk style, and they had the BMX games and just SSX and everything. So many different franchises, so many different one-off games that just never were brought back. So that's my video game pickups for this month. I also got another amiibo. So I got Mega Man from the Super Smash Bros. Collection. I think it was last time I had the Jigglypuff. So now I have 4 amiibos in my collection. Mega Man added to the collection. Sealed in the original packaging. Right. Then the rest of the stuff is going to be Blu-ray. So let's start with the big one. So this I want to highlight first. This is the Arrow Video box set for V Cinema Essentials, called Bullets and Betrayals. Has 9 movies in it. Just a massive box set of these low-budget, straight-to-video Japanese, not just action movies. I'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, this is not a brand new release anymore, again, because of when this video comes out, but quite a new one. I think still available, or at least it was at the time of recording this, still available. This limited edition has this outer sleeve, and then got all the movies here and the book. Really tight fit again. Yeah, there you go. I'll take the book out first and show it last. Yeah, I watched the first 4 movies from this box set, and I have to say, I wasn't blown away by any of them, but I did appreciate all of them, and I was surprised by how different they are from one another. So I was expecting all of them to be like Crime Hunter Bullets of Rage, which is a 58-minute long just montage of action sequences after one another. There's even a guy wearing a bandana like Rambo going around with a light machine gun shooting people. So it's like an 80s American action movie, but just done without any budget in Japan in the late 80s. It's a funny movie. It's a fun movie. It's a good time. It's a very amateurish production. I think it's the first movie by the director. And he was just straight out of film school, and he was just given money to do this, and he did it. So good for him. But yeah, the other movies are quite different. The second one, Neo Chinpira, Zoom Goes the Bullet. It's interesting that they put it on the same in the same case with the first one, because it's the exact opposite of the first movie. There is barely any action in it. It's a Yakuza movie about these 3 Yakuza who are ordered to do a hit, and they all get like cold feet and don't want to do it. And it's basically a comedy about them just doing whatever they can to avoid the doing the hit, right? It does have Sho Aikawa in the main role. He is a great actor, probably best known from Takashi Miike's movies like Dead or Alive. He's a really big actor in this scene. Yeah, this also comes with some art cards, and there's a reversible cover art. So you have art for all of the different movies. I haven't flipped any of these, but I'll show all the art for this one. So I think this release is really nice, and this box set is definitely something that you should look into getting if you're into Japanese movies. Yeah, there's some art cards as well. So, advertisement for Trick or Treat. Here we go. So there's Neo Chinpira. And then there is Crime Hunters. You have some original art. for each of the movies here as well. Then in the next one we have, I think, Carlos. Yeah, Stranger and Carlos. Stranger, again, completely different. It's like a neo-noir with this female taxi driver as the main character. It's a stalker movie. There's this female taxi driver who gets stalked, and it's a really interesting movie. Didn't really stick the landing necessarily that well, but yeah, still an interesting movie. And then Carlos is just an over-the-top, ultra-violent gangster movie about these Brazilian immigrants living in Tokyo who are just causing mayhem everywhere. And I think Carlos is probably so far my favorite out of these that I've seen in this set. If you like Takashi Miike's movies, Carlos is exactly up your alley, most likely. And I'm pretty sure Takashi Miike has seen the movie because there are some similarities here between this and some of his movies that would come later. So yeah, these are from the early 90s, like 91, around that era. And then the rest I haven't watched yet. We have Burning Dog. And then one of the movies from the Female Prisoner Scorpion series. Female Prisoner Scorpion. The art is really nice for all of this. I can't remember the name of the artist. It's the person who does has done quite a few of Arrow's limited editions before. And yeah, I really enjoy this style that the artist goes for. Burning Dog. Female Prisoner Scorpion. Then we have 3 more movies here, starting with The Hitman, Blood Smells Like Roses, and then there's also Danger Point, The Road to Hell. Yeah. Oh, this one is by Teruo. I didn't even know. This one is by Teruo Ishii. Well, that piques my interest immediately. Teruo Ishii doing a V-cinema movie sounds like a train wreck that I'm interested in seeing. That's Danger Point. Are both of these by Teruo Ishii? What? No, probably not. Oh, it has the same text for both of the movies. Okay, so I thought the text would be different for the 2 movies, but it's the same. Right. Oh, there's Sho Aikawa again in Danger Point. Looks good. And then lastly, there is XX Beautiful Hunter on its own separate disc. So this is the only one that has just one movie on a disc. Well, there's some artwork for you. I guess this is a pink movie. At least it looks like one. But yeah, that's all of the movies. Of course, I put them on the table in the wrong order, so I have to flip all of them to get them back into the case in the correct order. There you go. And then there is the book. Just show some images from it, not the whole thing, like I usually do. Yeah, the restorations for these movies, I was expecting that they would look bad, just because these are low budget, like straight to video movies, but these were actually shot on film, so the restorations look really good. Like the movies look fantastic, I think, or as good as you would expect from this sort of stuff. Definitely, like if you know Arrow's Dead or Alive trilogy release, the first 2 movies look great, and the third one, which is the direct-to-video one, looks absolutely horrendous. So I was expecting that sort of picture quality, at least for some of the movies, but so far everything has looked great. Like, it looks really good, really nice. So yeah, there you go. That's Bullets and Betrayal of V Cinema Essentials from Arrow. Really nice box set. I quite enjoy that one. Then I got one older box set from Arrow. This sold out, has been sold out for a long time. So I got the limited edition for Children of the Corn, Stephen King's book adapted to the first movie, I think. And then some of the sequels. This doesn't have everything. This only has the first 3 movies. There are way too many Children of the Corn movies. There's like, how many movies are there? 7, 8? Something like that. And there's also a TV series. Just a nonsense how many there are of these. I rewatched the first movie. I've seen this years and years and years ago as a kid. Wasn't a huge fan of it back then. Still not a huge fan of it now, to be honest. Just a ridiculously... Well, I don't want to use the word corny because the movie is called Children of the Corn, but... Is there another word that I could come up with? Cheesy? It's a very cheesy franchise. Very campy franchise. The child actors are quite bad. The sequels I've never seen. But yeah, I can see why many people have a soft spot for these movies, because if you're seeing these when you were a kid, like, of course you're going to have fond memories of them, most likely. Yeah, there's also a book. I got a really good deal on this box set. I think I paid 30 euros for it, so that's like 10 euros per movie. And then you have the case and the book and everything, so yeah, this is from the first movie. It's about these kids who are in a cult and kill all the adults from their town. It's basically a Lord of the Flies style of scenario, but more extreme, I guess. Not exactly the same scenario, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so there's Children of the Corn. Then I got some individual single used copies of Arrow movies. I got a copy of The Bloodstained Butterfly, which, as you can tell from the title, is an Italian horror movie, most likely a giallo. Yeah, it's by Duccio Tessari, director of Death Occurred Last Night, which is an alright crime movie, I guess. Yeah, this is a first print with a booklet. Probably has some imagery in it that I don't want to show on camera, but let's take a shot at it anyway. Why not? Yeah, well, that's about what I was expecting to see. So, there we go. Bloodstained Butterfly. Then I got some Arrow Academy releases. I got a first print of Marcel Carné's Hotel du Nord, which is a classic movie from 1938. Does have the booklet as well. Haven't seen this one yet, but it should be a good one. Man, that's some good looking art right there. There you go. That's Hotel du Nord. And I also got a copy of Godard's Tout va bien, or however you want to pronounce it. Has Yves Montand and Jane Fonda in it, some high-profile actors. Yeah, this is another one by Arrow Academy that's quite different from what you would normally expect from Arrow. 2-disc release as well. It does have a really thick booklet. Some damage to the booklet, unfortunately, there in the corner, but yeah. I haven't watched anything by Godard, but I do own maybe 10 of his movies, so maybe at some point I should watch some of them. Well, there's a salute for you. Yeah. All right, I'm back again. I had to make a cut there because there was someone at the door and I had to get up and go answer it. So continuing from where we left off, these are probably also in a little bit of a different position because I did touch them. I was thinking that I should probably take them and put them here. So I'll have a solid base for the rest of the stuff. Right. Moving on, that was it for the Arrow stuff. Now I'm going to jump to 88 films. I have two quite rough movies here. So first up we have Violence in a Women's Prison, which is a part of the Italian collection. Directed by Bruno Mattei. As a director, not the highest quality stuff that he put out, but some interesting ones. Violenza in un carcere femminile. And this also does have a booklet. Rats, Rape and Rough Justice. Well, that's everything you need in an Italian crime movie. Caged Women. That's a really nice looking image, actually. Then we have some rat artwork there as well. Some rats there too. And some boobs to end with. Right. And then I have another one here that is also Italian and quite questionable. I will like the next one. Oh my god, can I get this back on? Nah. What a hassle. There you go. The next one I have seen. It's not as rough as it sounds. That's probably one of the problems with it because it's quite a boring movie, to be honest. This is the Gestapo's Last Orgy, which is a concentration camp exploitation movie from Italy from the 1970s, 1977. And it sounds like it's going to be something extremely violent and whatever. It does have that sort of content in it, sure. But for the most part, it's actually a pretty damn boring relationship drama movie about this guy who is running the concentration camp and one of the inmates, this woman. And yeah, it's the name and some of the imagery in it that's quite notorious. Well, but the movie itself, massive disappointment for me personally. It's been shot very nicely and it looks good, but yeah, not that interesting to watch, really. Especially the last 2/3 of the movie are just so slow and just nothing happens. Right. And then let's end with some art house movies to wash away the filth. Right. I got one Criterion movie here. This is Fast Times at Ridgemont High, featuring, for example, Sean Penn. I think he was 20-something in this movie. It's your typical American high school, teenage drama comedy. All the actors are 20 to 30 years old, and they look nothing like high school kids. But yeah, should be a good one. I haven't seen this. And then I got the Radiance Films releases for, what is this? For April, I think. Here, so 4 movies. These are also the last Radiance Films Blu-rays that I have pre-ordered. So I'm probably looking to get some of the ones that I haven't pre-ordered from sales later on. Just trying to cut a little bit back on the spending on some of the more expensive stuff. So yeah, the first 2 I've watched. So start off with Valerio Zurlini's Girl with a Suitcase. This is from 1960, I think. Yeah, 1961. It's a movie about a girl who gets just abandoned on the side of the road, and she goes looking for the person who did that to her. It's it's a good one. I really enjoyed this one. Maybe a bit too long at 2 hours, but yeah, Claudia Cardinal is fantastic in this one as the female main actress. Yeah, a nice thick booklet as well. And then the other one that I did already watch as well is A Tale of Sorrow and Sadness by Seijun Suzuki, which is it is a golf movie. At times, the main character is a female golfer who is made into this sort of celebrity because of an ad campaign that she's hired to star in. And yeah, but it is a Seijun Suzuki movie as well, so it goes into some dark places. There are some stalkers. There are some neighbors who are quite. They don't really appreciate her lifestyle. Let's put it that way. No spoilers. Yeah, and the ending is just mayhem, like is typical for this director. So it's worth watching, definitely. I guess some people are put off by the subject matter because it's golf, but it's not a golf movie. It's not a movie about golf. So everything else is more important here. Right. And then I have two here that I haven't watched. I got Kelly Reichardt's River of Grass. Don't know anything really about this one. It's only an hour and 15 minutes long, so an easy, quick watch. And then I have a copy of Luciano Ercoli's Killer Cop, which is one of these Italian 1970s action movies, like cops and robbers movies. Should be an entertaining one. Right. So that's the pickups for this month. I guess I'll do it like this again, like I did last time. Maybe I'll use this one as well. Maybe like this. Nah, that's not good. Maybe I'll take these and put these on top like this or something like that. I don't freaking know. Let's put this like this here. So there you go. That's good enough. I don't like it when the stacks are too high. It looks weird. So let's do it like this. That's good enough. So that's the collection update for this month. See you again next week for something else. Bye.